Cedarburg. The Suns pull even in the top half with a Mike Miller home run, and now Cedarburg with the leadoff man Josh Kennedy in the 6th. And Mike Miller on in relief. He took over from Dave Heim, who was ineffective after taking over for Eric Kramer. The 1-0. Catches the outside corner, 1-1.
Yeah, Dave Heim, the experiment there. I guess you can say Coach Godwin took a chance there bringing in Dave Heim, and the gamble did not pay off.
Again on the outside corner, and it's 1-2. Miller gets out in front of Josh Kennedy, who is 2 for 3 today. The pitch stays outside, and it's 2-2. The pitch, swinging a foul back.
Well, this is Mike Miller's 6th batter faced here since he came in relief of Dave Heim. And if memory serves me correctly, he has not thrown a whole lot besides his hard fastball.
The pitch stays outside. Full now. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Kennedy.
I don't know if he can afford to do that with a team the quality of Cedarburg. He's going to have to throw some off-speed pitches, and they're going to sit on the hard stuff.
The pitch outside, and a leadoff man aboard in the 6th is Josh Kennedy drives a walk. Let's see if Bulldogs have their all-important leadoff man aboard here in the 6th.
Yeah, they have the momentum now. They get the double play to end the top of the inning, and then they lead off with their leadoff hitter reaching base, Josh Kennedy. Remember back to the pregame show, Coach Freeze said it all ends and all starts with Josh Kennedy. He is aboard, and he's got some speed too. See if he runs.
Runner goes. Here's the bunt. It's a good one. Heim picks. Safe at second, safe at first.
Rocher speed down the line at first. He was smart to eat it, not make the throw, because an error there puts runners on second and third with nobody out. Instead now, still Mike Miller can get himself a strikeout, maybe a double play ball, and get out of this jam.
Here's catcher John Vandenberg. Looks at a ball, 1-0.
And once again, Miller going with the hard stuff here to the 2 and the 3 hitter. Might want to think about mixing in some curveballs, even if they're not going to fall over for strikes. You've got to give them something else to look at.
The pitch. That's a little bit low. It's 2-0. The pitch. And that is over for a called strike. 2-1 for Vandenberg. 0 for 2 today, a couple of flyouts and a walk. The pitch, swinging a chopper over the mound, and Jansen will take himself at second. The relay not in time as the runner advances to third. So Vandenberg reaches on the fielder's choice, and the Bulldogs now have first and third with 1 out. Here's Josh Burchell. Snaps one to third, into left field for a base hit. The Bulldogs have the lead.
First time in the ball, or for the second time in the ball game. Now East is the team that has to come back. And once again, let us remind you, they are the visitors, even though they're playing here at their home park.
The pitch. Right back up the box, up the middle, into center field for a hit. Vandenberg around third. The throw is high in time. He's in there safe. And it's now 11-9 Bulldogs. Here's Brian Noonkester. Struck out, missed first base. It would have been a double and got hit by a pitch. So an interesting line from Noonkester. 1 out, first and second. Miller catches the outside corner.
And that might be one of the first, one of the first few curveballs that Miller's thrown today. Trying to get by with the hard stuff, and it's not quite as hard as it has been in days past.
The pitch high sails over Noonkester's head. Remember, got hit last time. And it's 1-1. So the Bulldogs DH. The pitch stays outside, 2-1.
Got to get out of the inning here with no further damage to give yourself the chance in the top of the 7th.
The pitch, swing and a miss, 2-2.
And if you look to the top of the 7th, Bob, we got the bottom 3 in the East Sun order. Matt Rollinger, Nick Canings, and Rob Jansen. So your power hitters are only going to get up if your bottom 3 get on base.
Still only 1 out here. Here's a swing and a chopper. Walter charges it short to second. 1. The relay is by Jacobson to throw home. And another run scores for the Bulldogs. It's 12-9 with 2 away.
The run scores and the runner is safe. So now we have a 3-run deficit.
12-9 Bulldogs, bottom of the 6th. Charlie Krieger there for the Bulldogs, and it's 2-0 to count on the Bulldogs' first sacker. 1 for 3 today. 2 away, man on first. The pitch stays high, 2-0. Eric Kramer was relatively effective for East until he got hit hard in the 4th, and then Heim and Miller really have not been since coming on in relief. 2 outs, a 3-0 count on Charlie Krieger. The pitch over for a strike as Charlie took a step toward first base and retreated back into the box. So 3-1 now. The pitch over for strike 2. Runs full now, 3-2.
Good base running by the Bulldogs here today, taking the extra base whenever they can.
The pitch, this one is skied foul down the right field line.
If you remember back to the earlier innings, Bob, every time they had an opportunity to take the extra base, to tag up, to advance to second on the single, to advance to third on the single, well, they've done it. And that's a credit to Coach Jack Freese coaching third base, knowing what his runners have in their legs, knowing their heads up, and that they can take that extra base. Case in point here. First and second ground ball, instead of being able to turn the double play to get out of the inning, throw to first is late, and the runner who was on third base in this particular play, Josh Burchill, comes all the way around to score.
Swinging a chopper down the third base line, rolling foul. So 3-2, we will do it again. 12-9 Cedarburg here in the bottom of the 6th. 3 are across after the Suns tied it in the top of the inning on a Mike Miller home run. East was out in front 8-1 in this game.
And that after the top of the 4th. Halfway through the ball game, they are up 8-1.
Bulldogs got 2 in the 4th, 6 in the 5th to take the lead. The Suns got the equalizer in the 6th. And now 3 in the bottom half as Mike Miller loses Charlie Krieger on balls.
Well, he walked Josh Kennedy to lead off this inning, and Kennedy scored. He proceeded to give up a base hit, a fielder's choice, a couple of more base hits, another fielder's choice, and now another walk to the number 7 hitter in the inning, Charlie Krieger. So Miller not doing the job here in relief.
The pitch hits him in the back. As Miller has hit his second batsman today, the base is now loaded with 2 outs.
It's tough to tell at this point if Miller's losing it mentally or if his arm is really hanging. He's got a good amount of velocity on his fastball, but maybe the fact that they're getting to him a little bit and the fact that his team is losing, maybe he's losing it upstairs and not concentrating enough because he's got incredible control normally.
The pitch, swing and a miss by the number 9 man, Nick Nevsmo, the second baseman. 1 for 3 today with a strikeout and a run. Bases loaded, 2 outs. The 0-1. Outside, 1-1.
I mentioned this a few minutes ago, and I'll say it again. It's imperative that Miller get this third out here. He can't let his team get down by more than 3 runs here. They've only got 3 outs in the top of the 7th to come back and tie.
Here's a swing and a foul down the right field line. He's out in front of him now, 1-2.
If this deficit gets any more than 3 runs, East will be in a huge hole instead of in just a pretty big hole. But if there's any team that can come back and score 3 runs at the drop of a hat, it's probably the West Bend East Suns.
That is correct. I wouldn't stray too far from this frequency. Curveball, strike 3 call, and Miller gets out of it. So the Bulldogs get 3 to go up by 3, and the Suns will get their last points coming up in 60 seconds. It's 12-9 Bulldogs. You're listening to Playoff Baseball on WBKV.